Good morning. Well, for some reason, our guests haven't arrived yet. Good morning. Let's see who's in here. We got Jacob. Good to see you, Jacob. Glad you fixed the problem there. Good morning, Andy and Matt and Erica and Joseph Moore. Good morning. I'm still waiting on our guests to arrive. Um, good morning, Aaron. Okay, the dinosaur omelet just appeared.
Hey, hi Verna.
Good morning.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay,
Great.
cool. We don't have cool headgear.
Well, see, I had to because my mic doesn't work in my computer.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. How are you today?
I'm just as crazy as ever, dear. I
Uh,
went outside this morning and it was raining, but there was ice on my sidewalk.
that's terrible.
Oh,
So
wow.
that
That's
was scary.
yeah, that's leg breaking weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's doing a lot better.
Very good. So this week we get a foot of snow on Thursday. Is that
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
unusual.
ours is starting, and today it's going to be 44, and then the temperature's going to start dropping for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now Lane's coming on, and those guys they just had snow for the first time in forever.
Oh, yeah. And they had a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, which is, I mean, it's especially if you're a kid, especially if you're a kid down south, because you're not going to see snow again until, long time, unless you go on.
hmm
Sure.
Now, oops, what happened?
State.
Sorry about that. That was my notebook ended up touching the keyboard.
Oh, no problem. It's the first time we did one of these, so I don't know.
Good morning, Kelly. Okay, now I have some
Okay.
questions for you guys. And Aaron, Matt can come up Lane can come up at any time.
Ooh. Hi, Aaron, if you're there.
Yeah, he's in the room.
Cool.
Either him or Christina are.
He's a good dude. Everybody
Oh
loves him.
yeah. Now I've got 4 questions that I'm going to ask you. Good morning, Christina. Katrina. Okay, Lane's getting ready. um, I
Four
have
questions.
four. I have 4 questions. I'm going to start off with
Sure.
before we do any of the questions that others have.
For sure.
Okay. First of all, can you tell us why dinosaur omelet?
Oh, that's a good question. That was Angela's crazy idea when we were team coming up with names. So what was Angela?
Yeah. So the omelet, obviously, because of eggs and such, but the dinosaur part because of the relation to poultry and birds and dinosaurs, but more so because when you think of dinosaurs, it doesn't matter how old you are. You could be a child, you could be a parent, you could be a grandparent. And a lot of people tend to have like happy, warm feelings when they think of dinosaurs because the the intrigue we have as children. Kids like to play with dinosaur toys, read books about dinosaurs. People like to go to museums and see the skeletons because the fossils, because it's just
Everybody
so
loves him.
amazing and so cool. And grandparents play with the children and the grandkids with the dinosaur toys or read the books. And so it's just like the mystery and wonder of the dinosaurs. It brings like this child at heart state in whoever thinks of dinosaurs.
I just realized too, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a dinosaur doctor. Not quite that, but I guess somehow I'm like with dinosaurs. Yeah, but that's how we got our name.
Yeah.
Or
But see,
all right.
in here I thought it was because chickens are the closest living relatives to dinosaurs.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it. That's why.
that's the like the factual part, I guess you would say, the logical part, and then so I wanted it to be like to speak to the person, but also have that connection logically as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that and it's so when we started this, it was 2020 during Corona apocalypse. Everybody, I kind of saw that coming in December, January. I was like, man, something's about to happen in the U.S. Food's going to be expensive, housing, and what was the other thing I said? Food, housing, and something else. Anyway, I was saying there's going to be a shift in the market. I was like, but you know what? Let's do something for in one of those areas. And I have a background like doing prepper stuff, emergency preparedness, and I like this kind of lifestyle. And I
Yeah,
like
we
to
were
do.
getting set up for ourselves.
Yeah, we
to start
weren't.
anyway.
Yeah, we were just getting set up for ourselves. We're like, okay, let's do a business, and then okay, we're going to do teaching homestead skills and raising these critters. We didn't really quite know at the time, but I was like, we need a name, and she came up with a good name. The idea was, in a business, as far as like anybody doing quail when you're doing a business or any kind of what your homestead is, whatever you actually any business, it helps to have a position which is a brand that's unique that people can remember. And there's different ways about doing that, how you're going to brand your particular business so that it stands out. I mean, you can do advertising, marketing, repetitive, like if Coca-Cola came out today, nobody would care about it. It'd be like, what is this? Like they have no idea. But because the name recognition is repeated over and over and over and over again, then it becomes very well recognized, part of the culture now. But yeah, the name's important because you want people to remember you. And I always, we have the customers like, oh, I like that dinosaur thing you do. That's cute. So that's a small business.
Yeah, it's just somebody else I know that's the butt nugget.
Well, that's funny. See?
Eggs are butt nuggets.
That's good.
Okay. What egg laying animals do you have?
So besides the jumbo quail, we have, of course, the silkies as well, which that's an offshoot we call the dino puffs.
Yeah, Angela raises and breeds silky chickens, like very like high quality pets.
Yeah, to
no, they technically lay eggs, but
yeah, they are egg layers. And then we have Black Australorp heritage breed chicken, and our focus with those was because they're really good dual purpose friendly, family friendly chicken breed. And I was raising the roosters for meat, and then of course the hens for laying. And then we have Muscovy ducks. Yeah, I think that's it as far as the egg.
Hey.
Okay, lower just a little bit more, Lane. You can lower your a little bit more. Hello, Lane. Lane's my little man. That's the nickname I gave him.
He's an awesome dude. Lane, I saw you playing in the snow. How was the snow for you? That was awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
okay.
I hope you that again.
Go ahead, Christopher.
Oh no, I was just excited for him when I saw the snow because I know they don't get snow down there that much. I thought it was really cool.
Okay, Christopher, we know that Angela's favorite is the silkies. Which are your favorites?
Yeah.
Oh, could you repeat the question? We got part of what you said.
Okay. We know that Angela's favorites is the silkies. Yeah. What is your favorites, Christopher?
Oh, I like the quail because I eat constantly and nonstop, and they lay a ton of eggs, and I like the eggs.
Lane, everybody's saying hi and giving you encouragement. Okay. Lane, okay, I heard at QuailCon you were helping teach quail butchering classes.
Yes, I was.
How long have you been butchering quail?
I don't remember. I think about 4 years.
I think so.
I think it was.
Okay. Now we're going to ask Christopher and Angela, what other animals do they have?
Ah, great question. First of all, the greatest animal in the history of animals, my pet pig, Dolly. I have a little pet pig. What else do we have?
We also have meat rabbits. And the pets, yeah, so the pet would be his swine animal. We have some cats for mousing and pets. Um,
Are we missing animals? No.
no, it's
I think that's it.
yeah, the cats.
So not a huge amount of critters.
Oh, okay. I'm going to ask both groups, Lane and the Dinosaur Omelet, do you like homesteading?
Yes.
What do you like
Okay.
about it?
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky. I like it because of, I think, when you're producing something, you're growing something or making something, it wasn't there before. So you kind of really appreciate, wow, I have something that I was completely responsible for and kept it healthy and was part of its whole life cycle. And whatever, you're getting eggs or a vegetable. And I'll tell you, Lane, something that's really good about it that you don't think about, it teaches you how to discipline yourself like you tend to your responsibilities, which is really good because that transfers into every feature of your life. If you learn how to be responsible with chickens or rabbits or whatever it is, then you can be responsible with anything else, and it just makes your life happier. It's hard work.
Oh, hey, Angela and Christopher, do you guys have bees?
No, we don't have bees. We would like to get bees sometime in the future, but we don't have bees. So we live, we're in a valley, so we will have to learn about proper airflow and all that stuff because valleys tend to hold lots of moisture with the trees and the plants and the streams. So, and I know bees aren't a big fan of high humidity in that way.
Yeah.
Well, do you know where Lane's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how humid it is there?
Oh, that's true. It's
Yeah, that's a
very
good
humid.
point.
Okay. Lane, do you remember when you guys got bees?
Mhm.
Do you remember that you were right with your dad learning?
Mhm.
Lane takes care of the bees.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yes, he knows everything. He knows how to do everything there is about bees.
I know
I,
half as much as my dad does.
Yeah,
wow.
and I also heard that you taught him a few things
I did.
because Lane doesn't just go by what he's told. He does research.
Oh, okay.
He's
That's good.
good at researching on the computer.
That's awesome. So you're teaching yourself. Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, Lane. Um, what animals are yours alone?
The quail.
You have a
And
bunch of
some rabbit.
quail, and you have some cooey, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
We,
gave him one called I named Kiss
I know.
because he had the long hair and the markings of the Kiss band. He looked like something from the Kiss band.
do you know what Kiss is?
Oh, yes, yes.
It's a band
Mhm.
in the 70s.
Mhm.
They were cool.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So, Lane, you do cooey?
Mhm.
Is that guinea pigs?
Yep.
Yeah,
Cooey's
okay.
livestock, guinea pigs are pets.
Well, yeah, I know. So the cooey, they sell them. They do have a market up here where they sell them. We've never had them. I kind of actually want to get some, but mm, I'm not allowed any more animals because I keep them as pets. But yeah, there's a cooey market up here that roots every other week, every 2 weeks, or every week. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, the bunnies are cute. So when they go off to meat land, it's part of their life cycle, I suppose.
Mhm.
Well, that's a whole thing about homesteading.
Yeah.
Your pets are your breeders, and all the rest, everything else is just livestock.
Yeah. 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 They go off to freezer land.
Lane, what animal do you want to get next?
Hmm. Pigeon.
Ooh,
Pigeons?
pigeons.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad says you're making your first bunny sale today.
Yes.
Oh, awesome! Congratulations.
So you've got some rabbits too, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Okay.
great.
Now I want to dispel the rumor. Are you forced to do anything?
No.
In other words, you do everything because you want to, right?
Yes.
I'm forced.
Yeah, forced
Just have to eat.
if you wanna eat.
Yeah.
But see,
I'm
Lane's
free.
young enough that mom's gonna take care of him no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So's dad. But I think Lane pushes his dad more, don't you,
No.
Lane?
Yeah. So what was I going to ask him? So with your bees, you have your own suit, right?
Yeah.
But they don't sting normally. Like when you're just milling around in the yard, they kind of keep to
Yeah.
their house.
Hmm? Okay.
That's cool. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to look into getting bees. It's a lot of work. I mean, is it a lot of work? I've heard about like hive disease and the hive collapse. Is that an issue? Do you guys have problems with the bees dying off?
No.
Oh, that's good.
If you take care of your bees like you do all your other animals, you have to know what care has to go to each one. They
Yeah.
just about take care of themselves.
Mm.
And Aaron says that the background noise that Lane's is having is because his mom is packing up egg orders.
She is.
Well, that's good. That's good background noise there. We have chicken noises. I don't know if you can hear
We
them.
have a couple of silkies.
Yeah, I
apparently
do hear
here to lay some eggs, so we hear egg songs on our side. I don't know if it's going through.
It does somewhat, but it sounds like somebody's got a radio going too. Either that or they got Facebook going and it's echoing back.
Yeah, I turned down my sound so it wouldn't, I guess,
No, what
echo.
you could actually mute your Facebook stream. You can go live. You can stream to your channel right now if you wanted to.
Oh God, I'm scared. I don't want to screw up and knock myself out, but it's all right. Anyway, all right. I'm not going to
Is
screw
that a
around because I want to.
parakeet?
Hmm?
What kind of birds am I hearing?
Oh, if you're hearing from us, it would be the silky chickens. There was, I think, one or two hens laid some eggs, and they're doing their egg songs.
Oh wow, that sounded like a parakeet.
Oh yeah, I think that's not us then. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
Do you have any parakeets, Lane?
Yeah, but I don't hear him.
Okay, I
Oh,
did.
he can't hear
I
me.
heard a chirp.
Might have been ours.
Wow, what other animals do you have, Lane, in your home?
3 dogs.
5 dogs.
5?
Yeah.
No. 3 inside.
3 inside.
2 outside. Fish. What else?
Emus.
Oh, that wasn't a bird at all. That was Christina using the tape gun.
Pig.
It did sound like a bird, though.
It sounded like a parrot.
Hmm.
So,
Are you
Lane, I
saying?
want to ask you because you do a lot of stuff. What's your favorite chore or activity that you
Doing
do?
woodwork.
Hmm.
Doing woodwork.
The woodwork.
Hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. That's a good skill.
Hmm.
What's your favorite
Let me-
activity?
Being outside.
Being
Just
outside.
being outside.
Yeah, that's the other thing that I really like. Now I think about it. Just we're outside all the time.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, I can remember when I first met Lane, and it was at a quail con.
So cool.
It
Uh,
was.
it was a long time ago.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was at Quailcon.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time we went.
Yep. First time you guys went.
Wow. So you young people grow very fast. You get
Well,
very big.
he went from learning to process quail to
Hmm.
teaching people how to process quail
Oh, wow.
at
That's
QuailCon.
that's really cool, and it's pretty significant. You know, you're young, you're teaching. These are all like you don't know. These are really good skills that you're getting because you're learning how to communicate with people.
Hmm.
Like
I
teaching.
know.
And so you look like you're very confident.
I
So
am.
that's good. Good.
He knows what he knows,
Great.
and he's not afraid to say, "I don't know."
That's important.
Yeah, that is important. Yeah, that gives you the ability then to continue your learning. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the land of the internet, everybody knows everything. Like everybody's a fake expert,
Yeah,
and they
right.
never say, "I don't know." They gotta. So it's good to say, "I don't know."
Well, see, I've always taught my kids, "I don't know, but let's go find out."
Yeah.
Right.
But back then, my kids, you had to go to a library to find out.
Yeah. That's funny. I was talking about it the other day. We're very lucky to have so much available information for free that you can really learn anything if you want from home.
There's a downside to it.
What's that?
There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Mhm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what you got, Lane?
I get the little doggy.
It's
It's very cute.
What kind of dog is that?
I don't know. Mom, do you know what kind of dog it is?
No, she's a little mixed puppy.
We don't know.
She's
No.
a mix.
Okay.
She's a mutt.
Yeah, my
And
kids have very
sometimes mutts are
similar
the
kind of
best.
dog.
Yeah, there's is it a Pomeranian and Chihuahua?
It's some little small dog like that. It's a fluffy little dog. Yeah. You would think, I always thought smaller dogs would be dumber than big dogs because they have smaller dog brains. But I think they might be actually smarter than big dogs, like smaller dogs. I thought, like my intuition was, oh wow, that big dog must have a big brain. He's got to be very intelligent compared to this small dog with a little dog brain.
It's
But
actually
no, I
in
think
reverse.
Yeah, I think it's reverse. I think the small dogs are much smarter than the larger dogs.
This dog's a little bit smarter than the big dogs.
Yeah, that one's smart.
You know, when you think about I can see it name. I can see them in my thing. The card Scooby Doo.
The Great Dane.
Yeah,
When you think of Scooby and how unintelligent he acts.
He's a cartoon.
he acts stupid, but he speaks English.
Oh.
But also, Donnie's like 12 and Donnie's 12. No, 11. And the big dogs are only 2.
Yeah, they don't fare so well as they get older. The big dogs.
Yeah.
No, they have a lot of bone problems.
Yeah, their bodies
Hip
wear out.
dysplasia and
That's true.
well, small dogs have their own problems too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think they're super people. They think they're super strong, and they're like, "Bow, bow, 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 bow," taking on everybody.
They
They
have
do that.
little dog syndrome. Yeah,
Yeah.
Why are you looking
Yeah.
at the microphone?
because he wants to bite it. He says that's his ball.
It's the size of you, Donnie.
So, Lane, question: do you like teaching and teaching your class?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
It just gives me an opportunity to tell people what I know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because we do a lot of teaching too, and probably for the same reason, to share information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we like to teach as well. That's
Well,
fun.
see, but it also shows that age doesn't have to be a handicap.
Right, man.
Oh yeah.
Age can be an asset, even the lack of age, as long as you
Mm-hmm.
got the knowledge. He's got knowledge and experience behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of kids his
Yeah.
age are just more interested in video games than they are in actually learning anything. Whereas
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's the other way around. He's more interested in learning every way he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really great. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have two kids, so when my kids were little, I told them, you know, I still tell adults this too. It's like, don't compare yourself to the performance of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're going to set yourself a low standard because you could, you know, do better, and they're not performing, or you're setting a standard that you won't be able to meet, perhaps because you don't have the same skill, like the natural ability to do whatever they're doing naturally. So I taught my kids when they were little, like, perform to the best of your own ability, and you will always outperform the majority of people. Because most people, they're not pushing themselves to their full potential. It's unfortunate, but it's just the case. I mean, I don't give people a hard time about it, but um, pursuing, and that's kind of like what we do when we teach people. Like, don't force anybody. If you want to improve, if you want to learn something, the information out there and it's for free. The only thing you need to do is like that self-discipline. Like I was saying, Lane, use self-discipline, which is really important. Most people have a hard time doing that. Comparison is the thief of joy. And that's so true. When we do that, and I call it like, what do you call it? Like Instagram or Facebook syndrome. You go stalking around with old high school friends, or you go look online to see how another business is doing, and then you get demoralized because you're seeing this fake version of their reality. Nobody tells you that they're failing or they're upset or that things are difficult. They don't want to seem like they're not all put together. So they kind of lie. People do that naturally. Like, I always tell people, man, no, I'm not perfect. I screw up all the time. You should feel good about when you fail because that means you're doing something and you attempted something.
Well, failure is okay. Making mistakes is not a failure. Failure is when you give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you learn, it's an educational opportunity.
All right. You know what I
And
do?
if you don't make mistakes, you're not learning.
Right. You have to be.
A lot of times when people are sharing, um, updates or information about what they're doing without showing the process, then the viewer or the person who's going around comparing themselves to other people, there's a lack of context. So then they're not seeing the struggle and the journey to getting to the outcome of whatever that business or person is sharing and talking about, or pictures they're showing. That's the outcome, not the journey. So then it's out of context, and that is a big reason why it's demoralizing, because you need the whole journey, and to understand that process, because nothing is immediate. Nothing that's good that you're building skills from and learning from is immediate. There's always a process. So it's important to understand that, especially in this culture, this day and age, where a lot of things is just so quick, with the technology and such, that patience, discipline, and drive to motivate yourself forward and having those goals and focus to achieve something that takes time, you know, and then when you learn from all the mistakes that you make and keep moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't compare yourself. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to yesterday, how you were yesterday. Have you learned? Have you traveled? You know, have you? Do you see any changes? You know, compare
Yeah.
yourself that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
and that's still the
Kelly said her son Xander had so much fun with Lane at QuailCon. Lane taught him how to catch the big fish and catch frogs for bait. My city
they're
kids
awesome.
loved learning country stuff they don't have exposure to.
Oh
Aw,
wow. Oh, that's good.
that's good. That's inspiring to them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Lane is an inspiration in himself.
Yeah.
He inspires other kids, you know, just because we're young don't mean we can't try.
Mm-hmm.
Never too old, never too young.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? I think that's really cool. I'm really glad. I like kids a lot because they're usually much more pleasant than most adults. Like they have a happier outlook on stuff. And I like to see kids who are they're doing stuff because Lane, you're doing something, you're experiencing life in a really full way. You may not see it now because you're young, but as you get older, you're going to meet people who will be like, wow, you did what when you were a kid? Wow, you were teaching people when you were a kid? Wow, because it's hard for them to understand. They don't have exposure to those experiences. And that's really, really valuable. And it makes life a wonderful thing. It's a really good thing.
Okay, Lane, I've got to ask you a question.
What?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know, but I do have my own YouTube channel.
You do?
Cool.
Guidroz
Well, we're good.
Woodwork.
Oh, Guidroz woodworking.
What's it called?
Guidroz Woodwork.
All right, I'm going to look that up after this. I never would have done a YouTube when I was a kid. I would have been too shy. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Although it was the 70s/80s, so we didn't even, there's no such thing as the internet.
Yeah, kids are, you know, raised with the technology these days, so they're
Yeah.
used to it. Yeah.
I think I'm doing 4 YouTube videos this weekend.
Wow. That's great.
Aaron,
is
can you
the-
please drop that link for everybody? You have to look at it, copy it, and drop it into the chat room so they can see it.
What's your focus for the next 4 videos you plan on doing? What's the topic?
I don't know. I just do what I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How many beehives do you guys have now?
Well, the snow killed one of them, so 3.
You have 3. So are you going to go after some more?
When it comes to honey rush season, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to go after some freebies, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
Or
Mhm.
we.
Now look at freebies.
I get it.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered. You're down south. You're very lucky. It's nice and warm down there, so you can be outside now.
It is. It should be cold next week, though.
Okay.
Now let me check something here.
Up here, Lane, people get cabin fever, I guess they call it. They get kind of it's tired of being inside because of the cold winter, and then it gets the darkness, and then we
Yeah, see-
we want to start our gardens too.
See, he is. There's a possible risk of severe weather today where Lane lives. Wind and tornadoes are possible, but wind is the greatest threat. And it's already 75 degrees there.
Nice.
And
That's
it's supposed to get up
that's nice.
to 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
and the
But
wind
then-
is even better.
Let me see what his 10-day forecast is. Oh, he's going to be dropping down to 50s and 60s.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, yeah, the storm's not, the winter weather isn't reaching him again yet. No, he's getting mostly tornadoes and that like he's supposed to.
Well, yeah, we have snow coming, so we got to prepare for that. I guess you guys, you had snow, and I think
Yeah.
it's unusual to have snow down there. Like, but
That
when we have snow, we've got to like dig trails, like where we're working, dig the animal pens out, like the chicken runs and all that stuff. So a lot of digging.
it was 11 inches. The
Wow.
snow.
You had
It's
11.
yeah. It was like the so much snow. The most amount of snow since like the 1900s.
Wow, back in the old days.
Yeah.
Okay, now
1800s it might be actually.
okay. Kelly wants to know, Christopher, where does Dolly go when it's snowy?
We rent her a room at the hotel down the road. Just kidding.
She has her pig
I
house.
was
She
gonna
has a
say
big house.
I don't have my waders on.
Yeah, no, she has her swine house that's kept up well. She's
Outdoors.
Yeah, that's good.
she's a happy swine. She's warm in her pig house. I like actually. She's my favorite animal. Angela's not a big, huge fan of my pig, but I take her. She follows me around everywhere and just stays by my side and just like snorts at me all day long. Very nice little animal. Angela, not a fan of my beautiful pig.
So you have a pig beside you right now?
No, she's not with me right now. Oh, it's Steve. Up north, you hibernate in the winter. During the summer, Southerners hibernate in the heat of summer.
That makes sense.
Is that true, Lane? You guys like to stay indoors more when it's 120 degrees out down there?
No.
You're still outside cooking?
We're not out as much. We're still not inside.
Yeah.
In other words, Lane says the worst thing you can do is force him to stay inside.
Yeah.
Right, Lane?
Staying.
Yeah.
Lane, I'm going to tell you a secret about what I do up here in the summer. Actually, spring, summer, and fall. I never wear shoes. Like 90% of the time, I'm just walking around barefoot like an animal. So I have I go hiking for miles with no shoes on.
My brother doesn't wear shoes a lot either, but now he does because he doesn't live here.
You know what? We live near the Amish, and I saw the little girls. They're like 10 years old, 8 years old, walking around barefoot in the woods. I'm like, what? I can do that. You know, like, I'm done with
It
shoes.
hurts.
Yeah. Oh, Kelly said she misses Dolly Wally pig videos. I'll have to make a new. I got to do some pig videos of her. I just trimmed her swine fur.
Aaron says we do more relaxing in the summer, but all our major work is in the fall and winter.
Wow. Yeah. We like it. I mean, I don't know. Like where we are, Aaron, we've got a lot of water. Rivers and streams, and it's very hilly. It's very mountainous. But we're real big outdoors people, so we're always out. When we're done doing animal work or something, we'll go for a bike ride or go down to the stream and go hiking. So it's really nice. I like the outdoors, and it's free. Like when my kids were little, any parents watching, the outdoors are free. I would take the kids and we'd go hiking, biking, kayaking, something like this. And we really got used to being outdoors, and they really appreciated it. And it's a lot of fun, and they have happy memories. So as they get older, they'll go do outdoor stuff still. We really enjoy the outdoors.
Hey, CR, I see you. I just haven't been responding as much to the text. Lane, what are you working on next?
What project?
Yeah,
Building some cages.
for what?
Quail or maybe rabbit. I don't know.
Your quail and rabbits or the family's quail and rabbits?
My quail and rabbits.
Oh, okay, that
If I'm gonna
sounds
make
good.
it for the rabbits or the quail or both of them.
Or both. Yeah, it sounds like both would be a good idea.
I don't know if I have enough wood.
How much How many rabbits do you have?
Six.
Wow.
6 rabbits. How many are for freezer camp?
What's that?
How many
Yeah.
are you going to process?
One.
One? You're going to process one?
And I'm
I
gonna
know you
sell
got.
two.
I know you got one to sell after the live stream.
Two.
Oh, you got 2 of them?
Mhm.
You
Cool.
still do.
Yeah, that's all his money.
And then
Ain't
we're
it,
gonna,
Lane? Pardon?
then
I
we're
didn't
gonna
hear.
breed the rabbits.
You're going to breed the rabbits?
Yeah. This afternoon too.
That's
Cool.
great.
So another month, you should have more rabbits, huh?
Yeah. That's mostly all my rabbits I'm selling. And
Hey, Lane, what kind of rabbits do you have? What breed?
I don't know the breed. I'm not that big of a rabbit person.
Yeah.
I just have them because I want to.
Mm.
Yeah. We had New Zealand's. What was the other one? The chinchilla fur
Hmm.
and a big Flemish. I like the huge rabbits, except that rabbit was mean and he tended to bite.
Yeah, we don't have that rabbit anymore.
I had Havanas,
Mm.
I'm not
which
familiar
is
with.
Havanas are a compact meat rabbit.
Ooh, I'll
That's
have to
also
look
where
into
you
it.
get there. That's also the line that you get the satins from and stuff like that.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna look into them because we have to. I have to rebuild all my rabbit hutches. They're what 2, 3 years old.
Yeah, it's like 3 at least.
They're
They're
three
only
years
about
old. Hmm.
yeah. They don't get as big as silver foxes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got New Zealand's. It is.
Oh
Rabbit?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New
Those are
Zealand's a
Cool.
yeah.
good
Those are
breed.
great meat rabbits.
Hmm.
What color are they?
Brown.
They're brown New
Brown and
Zealand's.
white.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Similar to the Californians, huh?
I think. I'm pretty sure it is. No.
Hey, Verna, Lane, I think we actually have to dip out. My dear wife is getting starving and she has, what do you have, like hypoglycemia, where you pass out?
Yeah, we have yet to
She
have
crashes out
brunch.
from lack of
So.
blood sugars.
Yeah, it sounds like you're the diabetic line.
Yeah, she's not diabetic. What do you get? Crashy? You
Yeah.
she gets like,
That's
well,
yeah. They consider that pre-diabetic, where your sugar drops too fast.
yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
guys go eat, and thank
All
you for
right. Well,
coming.
yeah, it was really nice. Lane, it was nice meeting you on the internet.
It was nice meeting you.
And very much an honor. I'm really glad you're doing the stuff you're doing. You got an awesome family, your mom and dad. Very lucky. All right.
This is also the first time I do a live alone
Oh,
really?
wow.
without
That's
my
great.
parents.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is the first
Oh
time we did a
yeah,
live too.
because
So
I asked for Lane to come on as a guest.
that's great. Well, you guys talk. I'm gonna go feed my dear wife so she survives the day.
Y'all
And
have a
Verna,
blessed
thank you
day.
yeah, thanks for having us on
Yeah,
here. This
thank
has been
you.
really nice.
Now, when do you go live? Tell
We
people
usually
your live times.
yeah, we usually do a Thursday
At 8:30
Thursday,
Eastern time.
8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and like we do education stuff. I try to do a subject to teach pertaining to the homestead stuff or quail, and like how to do that.
Have a blessed day, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
Well,
guys
Lane,
have a blessed day.
you
Thank
too.
you.
Good luck with your rabbit sale, man. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Lane? Is this the first rabbit you sold, Lane?
Yeah.
Cool.
I sold my parents one, though.
You sold one of your parents? Oh, you sold one to your parents?
No, I sold their rabbits before, but
Oh, you
I
sold
never
their rabbit.
sold my own rabbits.
Uh-huh.
This, I think the first time I have my own rabbit, no, second or third, eventually I just sold them all. I just sold them all. But now I'm keeping them. I'm growing.
Cool. So you got your planning of when you have to breed them, when to harvest them, and all that?
Hmm.
Are you keeping paperwork done on them?
No.
Oh, so that's what they need to teach you yet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that you know how many bucks do you have?
Bucks for the,
Male rabbits.
I think it's 3. I don't know.
How many
But
does do you have? Those are
2,
the
2 or 3.
Oh, okay. And they're not related, or are they related in any way, or?
Yeah, they're related.
Oh, okay. Okay, on your breeders, how many breeders do you have?
1. What? One?
One of each, one male and one female?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because when you say one, that sounds like only one rabbit. When you've got a set of breeders.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do you like rabbit meat?
Yeah.
Do you like cuy meat?
Not really.
Not really. To me, they taste pretty much the same. Just cuy's, there's a lot less of it.
You both have.
Yeah, I got your an old cup from you guys.
Yeah, that's the old one. And this one.
Well, see, I don't have any of those yet, but this is my favorite cup.
Well, you're gonna eventually have some of these, I can tell.
Pardon?
You're probably gonna have some of these soon. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Laney has about 5 more minutes than we need to go sort his rabbits. Okay. Let's see if there's any more. Is there anything you'd like to say, Lane?
No.
No?
But this was a very good live. And the first live I do with somebody by myself.
Well, I thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to be with us today. You did very well, like I knew you would.
I wanted to take time out of my day.
Pardon?
I wanted
You?
to take time out of my day.
Oh,
But
I'm so glad you did.
I would have done
So,
this all if I could.
well, we're going to have you another day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Kelly says that you're stinking cute. She just loves you.
This one?
No, she was talking about you.
Oh.
She says she's going to steal you and help you so that you can help her fix up her homestead.
How about you? Is that good? Can she steal me?
For a little while.
My mom said for a little while.
Well, thank you for taking your time and being with us, and you have a very blessed day.
You too.
Bye-bye, Lane.
Bye.
Now that was sweet. That fills my heart to have somebody like that. Oh, you're going to take Christina and Lane. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. New business, running Lane. Oh, and it looks like it finally stopped raining for the time being. You still have to wait until noon, Lucy. You're not going out before noon. No, I really appreciate the dinosaur omelet coming up and Aaron coming up. I mean, and Lane coming and sharing their lives with us. Now, Kelly's going to be on the 1st of March at Feather Connection Homestead. It's going to be our next guest. And I think next Saturday we're going to have it to where anybody wants to jump on can jump on. We'll have a open mic night day. So you guys can start getting your questions ready for Kelly. You got 2 weeks to do that in. Kelly, the real workers on that homestead is Christina and Elaine because Aaron's got his other job that he has to take care of. Now I'm going to have to get some organic sweet potatoes because my sweet potatoes have not showed any signs yet. I have a feeling that Christina could do a lot of heavy work herself. I mean, she's a powerhouse. Are they sweet potatoes or white potatoes, Kelly? If they're white potatoes or yellow potatoes, traditional potatoes, yeah, you can plant them. If you're out of the freeze zone. The white taters, yeah, you just wait until it's time to plant them. They're fine. And Steve just told you before I did. If you can dig into your ground, I would cut them up like Steve said. Kelly, I think around Easter, which is let me see when Easter is. Hold on. Yeah, Easter's the 21st of April. I mean, the 20th of April, rather. So anytime after Easter, you'll be able to plant. But right now is a good time to cut the potatoes so that you have about 3 eyes in each section and set them out so that they can dry. Oh, are you a little bit in the Utah mountains, Kelly? Yep. Yeah, you're in the mountain area, so you're not as high as you can go, but you're not as low as you can go either. Um, I'd say right around Easter time, if you can dig into the ground, then you'd be fine to plant it then. Because it takes a while before they poke out of the ground. And then you can pile dirt on top of where they poke out at and just keep burying it because the more you bury the greens, the more potatoes you get when it comes to white potatoes. Yeah, that's why I say it gives you a whole month that they can start growing before it's actually warm enough for you to plant your other plants. Since you're burying them in the dirt and then you're putting straw on top of them and dirt on top of them. But potatoes are a little more hardier than a lot of people think about. What you want to make sure is that your soil is not a lot of clay. Well, Andy, is it windy there? Because I can get cold in my apartment, even though it says it's 75, 77 degrees. If it's windy out, I'll get a chill. It's okay, Lucy. Come on up. Come on up, Lucy. Yeah, CR, in your area, it would be better off that you do them in buckets. The cold weather is starting here, starting today. Temperatures start dropping tomorrow, and they will drop for 2 days. Let's see. Joseph's weather is conditions are foggy with a temperature of 50. The wind's blowing from the north-northwest at 10 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 90%. Oh, Joseph, I know you're not Buster. I'm sorry if I said the wrong name. No, but CR, potatoes grow good in bags. A 108 hours below freezing. Which is 4.5 days. Andy's weather is foggy with a temperature of 43. The wind is blowing from the southeast at 5 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 95%. Now, let me see here. See, in Franklin, conditions are rain with a temperature of 38. The wind is blowing from the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 96%. But it doesn't look like it's raining out right now. The Sierra says he'll see minus 24 and almost 40 in 1 week here. Yep, see, 15 inches on the way for Christopher and Angela. Is snow heading your way, Andy? Let me check something out real quick here. If it'll work. Yeah, it's showing we got a lot more rain coming. But there's other places that are getting. Okay, Joseph. When I look at it, it sent me a notification that somebody bought me coffee, and then it deposit in my account Oh, about within about 10 days, a week to 10 days. I know, and if you don't get a lot of snow, Christopher, that usually means you're going to be a drought because you need the snow to get the spring going. Yeah, you're in the flood prone areas now, aren't you, cuz? Because I know Ryan Haw Yaw's been doing an update every day lately. Hey, oops. Good to see you. Yeah, around here they got rid of all the grass around here. So there isn't a safe place for someone to walk when it gets icy. So you have to use your ice trekkers. That's way opposite how it used to be when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I'd walk nearly a mile to school, and it was when I got to school I found out the school was closed. So I had to stop at a friend's house, warm up, then walk home. Yeah, yeah, no comment. I'm not going to say what crossed my mind. 'Cause people are too afraid of what may be coming instead of handling what comes. How cold was it? It was like, I'm not sure. I don't remember. That was too many hours ago. I can't look back on the Weather Channel to find out what it was, but I think it was right close to like 38 degrees. Or 34. You know, that's just wonderful, Steve. I think it was 34 degrees this morning. Oh, when I walked to school, I don't know. I just know the snow was deep. I mean, I walked to school when it was almost to my knees when I was a kid. Back then, we didn't know or care how cold it was. Okay, oops, weather for Millington. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 49. The wind is blowing from the southwest at 0 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 97%. Yeah, oops is nearly a neighbor, huh? No, what happened to those good old days when the school buses didn't start, so they closed the school? I can remember there were days where the buses didn't run, but the school was still open. So if you got to school, you got an extra day of schooling, which was usually a party day at school anyhow. But I'm going to show you guys my 10-day forecast. Now, see, today's high is supposed to be 45, and then it starts a downward spiral. 36 on Sunday, 24 on Monday, 21 on Tuesday. These are the highs. 20 on Wednesday and Thursday. Then it starts up back again. And see, tomorrow morning is supposed to be snow and wind. Then we got snow again on Wednesday. Then we go back to rainy weather. One thing I've learned this year is I could homeschool the granddaughter. They're doing send the classwork home the day before and wait till 6 a.m. to call school off. Can't do the work the night before. Yes, Kelly. Once you cut them, and you got to keep them where they got good air circulation, on the cut ends, so they don't mold, so that they'll dry up, and that way they'll be ready for you to plant after they dry. After the cut parts. Yeah. Now, see, right now you can also start your sweet potato by putting part of it in water and let it sprout up. And then you just peel the sprouts off the potato, the slips off the potato, put those in a glass of water and let them get some good roots on them. And then you plant them when warm weather hits. Okay, Sierra, you have to leave in about 15 minutes. Okay. We thank you for coming. That's what a sweet potato slips are. Vines that come out of the sweet potato, you carefully, after they get about that tall, you carefully peel it off the sweet potato and put the bottom part in water, and it'll grow lots of roots. And there's your sweet potato slip. And when you're done growing slips off your sweet potato, it's going to have a lot of roots on it itself. You can plant that too when you plant your slips, because that sweet potato will turn into a lot of sweet potatoes. Well, thank you, CR. Speaking of that, I need to go get some more coffee. Yeah, it has stopped raining for the time being. And it looks like, according to what the map showed me, it ain't going to be raining for a couple of hours. So that means I'll be able to get a good walk in with Lucy, because with it pouring down rain this morning, I could not take her out around the block. It was too dangerous. Now it's warmed up and all the ice is gone. But as you can hear, a train's going by. There you go. Yeah, after they scab over, you can put them in a paper bag. But you don't want to put them in a paper bag until after they scab over. Dry that area up. It's okay, Lucy. Don't worry about it. Calm it down. Don't get wound up. That's why you put them in a paper bag. Don't put them in plastic. Plastic could cause mold to grow. You have to do it in a paper bag. In fact, when I buy potatoes in the store, I take them out of the plastic bag and put them in a cardboard box, so it doesn't trap the moisture and make everything rot. You got that right. Oops. Does hot fertilizer make soil more acidic? What it does is it makes it too high in nitrogen. Which makes it burn things. There's your answer. Steve says it makes it more alkaline or less acidic. And Steve, oops, wants to know if you're in Bartlett or near Bartlett. Oh, we still have 11 people watching. That's pretty good. The second hour for 11 people to watch. Lucy, go lay down, baby. There's nothing out there for you to worry about. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me share this with you guys. Ah, okay. Steve's already answered that part. But let me show you what I Googled and found. You make soil more acid by adding organic matter, sulfur, peat moss, or acidifying fertilizers. Organic matter, you can add well decomposed compost can gradually lower the pH of soil over time. Compost can also improve soil structure and add etc. Elemental sulfur bergamot peat moss, and ammonia-based fertilizers. If it's already been composted, yes. Yeah, sulfur works longer, but it takes longer too before you actually see it working. You can try it, Kelly. That's the only thing I say. With Steve's, his hydrangea has not bloomed in 4 years, so you don't want to do what he did. Whatever he did to stop it from blooming. Have a blessed day, Joseph. Here you go, Andy. I found some that might help you here. Blue flowers, you need the soil pH of 5.5 or lower. Pink flowers need 6.5 and higher. And purple blooms between 5.5 and 6.5. Add sulfur, iron sulfate, or acidic organic mulch like pine needles or pine bark. If you want to raise the pH, you add lime to the soil. There you go. See, so you want, Andy, what you want is your pH to be 5.5 to 6.5. And that way you can have purple blooms or even a mixture of pink and blue blooms on the same plant. And you can use coffee grounds on them. Have a blessed day, CR. Yeah, see, like if you would do like I do, and save your coffee grounds and put them through the oven to dry them up so they don't mold. And then I would put that in the bottom of the hole you dug, or even some on top around the plant. I got a bag of a tray of coffee grounds that I've got to take out of the oven. They've been sitting in the oven since I dried them. And I got to pour them in a 2-gallon zipper bag that I have for coffee grounds. That's a good idea. I wouldn't do personally. I couldn't do that because their grounds would be full of MSG because they got MSG in the air at McDonald's, and it would be dangerous for me. But you can do it, or any coffee house, or even a truck stop or something like that. Unless it's a bag of coffee that doesn't taste worth diddly squat. That way you don't waste your money. It goes right into the ground. I have gotten hold of some flavored coffee that tasted terrible. I don't go to Wally World. Yeah, some people have dried out their coffee grounds and reused them to brew more coffee. I agree with you, Steve. I don't Wally Whirl. Their great value isn't a very great value if you can't consume it. Folgers or allow grounds to be used. My grandma put the off-brand in the Folgers container. Oh, terrible. I pour any undrunk coffee on my plants. He never knew the difference, and she always put the half amount of fresh with the prior used amount. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You do it half and half. And back when you used a percolator instead of a drip coffee maker, yeah, that's when it worked better. See, so that shows that what he didn't know didn't hurt him. But Grandma knew how to save the money. You know, we all have our own little secrets we used. Oops has used the whole beans in the percolator and can get 3 pots. Yeah, the whole beans. Then you let them dry and then you grind them up and see if you can get that 4th pot. Oh, you can find whole beans easy, at least in the States. If that goes to worse, you can always order them on Amazon. Besides that, most expiration dates are not really expirations. They're best if used by. It's like for many years I was throwing away whipping cream because it was expiration. It was past the expiration date. Come to find out, whipping cream is, the heavy cream is good for until it starts to curdle, and that could be 6 months to a year. It's just like people that buy eggs in the grocery store. They think they're getting fresh eggs, and those eggs could be a month and a half old before they even come to the store. You said it right, Andy. You never know exactly. People are so afraid that, it means they're going to get sick. No, it doesn't mean you're going to get sick. You got that right. Oops. And that's from water evaporation. You want me to tell you, if you go to the store and have to buy eggs, when they're getting old is when the whites turn runny. The runnier the whites, the older the eggs. And if they don't stink, they're still edible. And then there's people that think quail eggs are bad because they float. No, quail eggs have a bigger air pocket compared to the size of the egg. That's not always true. I had eggs that I had just collected that morning and tested them, and they floated. And I know they were fresh eggs because they were in the egg rollout cages with nothing to stop the eggs from rolling out when they were laid. There you go. And he says expiration date for hers when she has enough money to buy more. The thing is now cheese, if it gets moldy, it goes in the garbage. And bread, when it gets moldy, it goes in the garbage. I don't need any penicillin. Yeah, but quail eggs, they think that that happens with all eggs, and that's not always necessarily true. Because, like I said, quail eggs have a bigger air sac a lot of times, and they will float even when they're fresh. And even with, you notice, even with milk, you're supposed to have 10 days after that expiration date before it goes bad. But I've gotten milk that was bad uh, 2 weeks before the expiration date. So if they don't take care of it right at the store, you know, yeah. I wish I could get hold of some raw milk for Lucy. Yeah, and I'm going to be making up some bread today. I think I'm going to be making me a cheese loaf of bread. I just have to decide if I'm going to do it in my mixer or in my bread machine. You know, in the old days, milk never went bad unless it curdled. Your cream can become sour cream before it ever goes bad. Now, Steve, homemade bread lasts 3 to 5 days. After 3 days, it starts tasting a little bad. And that's before the mold shows up. Or cheese, Andy. But I think I'm going to make some pepper jack bread. I knew what you meant. If it curdles. It says if you give milk a good shake every day, it will last way past expiration date. That's all dairy farms do in the vats to keep it agitated, constant, moved, and cold. Grew up on a dairy farm. Yep. Um, It's more the processing that causes things to, when they homogenize the milk, that's when it starts making it curdle. Now, I would like to have, if I was to have anything, if I could have what I wanted, I would have a goat farm with quail and rabbits. See, if I just had an acre of land, I could do so much on 1 acre. Heck, I could do a lot on a half acre. There's some Nigerian dwarf goats. Oats misses ladle of a cold fresh milk on hot days. Andy loves cow's milk. Cow's milk is not my favorite. I was about 10 years old the first time I tasted goat's milk, and ever since then I was hooked. I lived in a place where often we were served bad milk. And my body doesn't handle beef very well because I'm prone to gout. Oh, cuz you got to open your horizons. I've never tasted sheep milk. But if you want to make goat cheese and that, you had to get a special machine that'll separate the cream from the goat's milk, because goat's milk is naturally I can't say the word right now. Andy, you're not to find, well, that's store bought. That could be why, that in itself. The keywords there are store bought. I like a good feta cheese. See, according to my dad's side of the family, I got another 20 years good luck, good life going. In other words, it tasted like a Billy smells, a buck smells. What, Lucy? Come on, baby. Oh, you got about 10 more minutes. That's one thing is when you're not breeding, you should have the buck by himself or with another buck or a gelding. But it's getting towards that time, y'all. It's time for me to wish you all a blessed weekend. And I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. on Guidroz. And I think Matt goes live on Sunday this week. So everyone have a blessed day and stay safe.